Hello and welcome to Better English Step by Step. This is your time to slow down, take a deep breath, and focus entirely on your English. I am Sarah, and I am here to guide you through a long, calm study session designed to help you build confidence without the stress. Today, we have a very special goal. We are going to untangle one of the most confusing knots in English grammar. We are going to master the difference between describing what you did in the past and describing what is becoming normal for you now. And joining me today to help us practice these patterns is Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Sarah. It is great to be here. And you are right, this topic is a big one. I hear students mix these up all the time. They want to say that they stopped doing something, but they accidentally say they are becoming familiar with it. Or they want to say something is difficult, but they use the wrong structure.
Exactly. It is the difference between saying, I used to wake up early versus I am getting used to waking up early. They sound almost the same, but the meaning is completely different. One is a memory, the other is a challenge. And since we are all trying to build better habits, maybe spending less time on our phones or trying to focus more, we are going to use those examples today. By the end of this hour, you will not just understand the rule, you will feel the difference in your mouth and in your mind. So get comfortable. If you are commuting, just relax your shoulders. If you are at home, maybe grab a warm drink. We are not going to rush. We are going to take this step by step. Let's start with the first pattern. This is the pattern for the past. We call this used to. Mark, when we say used to, what are we really talking about?
We are talking about a finished chapter. It's something that happened regularly in the past, but it does not happen now. It's over. It's history.
Right. Think of it like an old photograph. If I say I used to check my email every 5 minutes, what does that tell you?
It tells me that in the past, that was your habit. You did it every day. But and this is the important part, you do not do it anymore. The habit is broken.
Exactly. The structure is simple, but the pronunciation can be tricky. Even though we spell it with a D, U-S-E-D, we do not pronounce the D strongly. We do not say used to. We push the words together. Listen closely to the sound. Used to. Used to. It sounds like a soft S or a Z sound blending into the T. Used to. Let's practice just that sound first. I want you to say it out loud. Don't worry about the rest of the sentence yet. Just the phrase, used to. Try it again. Used to. Now let's build a sentence. Imagine a habit you had with technology that you have stopped. Maybe you played video games all night. You would say, I used to play video games all night. Mark, let's give them some examples to shadow.
Good idea. I will say a sentence slowly. I will leave a quiet space. You repeat it exactly as I said it. Focus on that blend, used to. Here's the first one. I used to check my phone first thing in the morning. I used to check my phone first thing in the morning. Good. Did you feel how the words connect? Let's try another one. This is about scrolling through social media. I used to scroll for hours before bed. I used to scroll for hours before bed. Let's try a negative one. This is interesting, Sarah, because the grammar changes slightly, right? It does. When we make it negative, we use did not. Because did is already past tense, we drop the D on used, so it becomes I did not used to. But here is the secret. The pronunciation is exactly the same. It still sounds like used to. So if you want to say that you did not have a phone when you were a child, you say I didn't used to have a phone. Let's practice that. Listen and repeat. I didn't used to worry about notifications. I didn't used to worry about notifications. Excellent. Now, why is this important for our topic of digital balance? Because before you can change a habit, you have to acknowledge what you did before. You have to tell the story of your past self. I want you to imagine your life 5 years ago. Think about how you relaxed. Did you read more books? Did you watch less TV? Let's try to make a sentence about that. Mark, give us a prompt. Okay, imagine you read books every evening in the past, but now you watch videos. How would you say that? You would say, I used to read books every evening. Try that.
I used to read books every evening. Now let's make it a bit longer. We are going to contrast the past with the present. This is where you sound really fluent. You say what you used to do, and then you say what you do now. Here's an example. I used to check Facebook, but now I listen to podcasts. Listen to the rhythm of that. I used to check Facebook, but now I listen to podcasts. Your turn. Repeat after me. I used to check Facebook, but now I listen to podcasts. Let's do another one. I used to keep my phone on my desk, but now I leave it in the other room. I used to keep my phone on my desk, but now I leave it in the other room. Very good. You are painting a picture of change. You are saying, that was me then, this is me now. One more thing about used to before we move on. It is not just for actions, it is also for states, things that were true but aren't anymore. Right, like being stressed or being addicted. Exactly. You can say, I used to be addicted to news sites. Let's practice that one. It is a powerful sentence. I used to be addicted to news sites. And one more. I used to be anxious without my phone. I used to be anxious without my phone. So that is the first step. Used to means the past. It is finished, it is over. If you are telling a story about your childhood or your old job or your bad habits from last year, this is the tool you need. But Sarah, what happens when we want to talk about how things feel right now? That brings us to our second pattern. This is where students get confused. This pattern is be used to. Be used to. Notice the small difference. We added the verb to be. I am used to. She is used to. We are used to. And the meaning changes completely. This is not about the past. This is about familiarity. Think of it like breaking in a new pair of shoes. At first, the shoes feel strange. They might hurt. But after a month, they feel normal. You don't even notice them. When the shoes feel normal, you say, I am used to these shoes. So in the context of our digital life, imagine you turned off all your notifications last month. At first, it felt quiet, maybe too quiet. You were worried you missed something. But now, today, it feels normal. You like the quiet. You are comfortable with it. You say, I am used to the quiet. The grammar here is very specific. After be used to, you cannot use a base verb. You cannot say, I am used to wake up. No, you must use a noun or the ing form of the verb. This is the golden rule. I am used to the quiet, noun. Or I am used to waking up early, verb with ing. Let's drill this. This is about stating your current level of comfort. Mark, let's give them some examples of things that feel normal now. Okay, let's say you have stopped checking your phone at dinner. Now it feels normal. You are comfortable with it. I am used to eating without my phone. Listen to that ing sound, eating. I am used to eating without my phone. Repeat after me. I am used to eating without my phone. Let's try another one. Imagine you work in a noisy office. At first, it was distracting. Now you don't hear it. It is normal. I am used to the noise. I am used to the noise. Now let's try with a verb. You type on a computer all day. It is your normal routine. I am used to typing all day. I am used to typing all day. Sarah, what if something still feels strange? What if it is not normal yet? Then we make it negative. We say, I am not used to it. For example, maybe you bought a new phone. The screen is huge. It feels clumsy in your hand. You say, I am not used to this screen. Or maybe you are trying a digital detox, and the silence feels scary. You are not comfortable with it yet. I am not used to the silence. Let's practice these negatives. They are very honest. They express that you are still feeling a bit awkward. Repeat after me. I am not used to this new keyboard. I am not used to this new keyboard. I am not used to waking up without an alarm. I am not used to waking up without an alarm. Notice the pattern. I am used to, I am not used to. We are describing a state. We are not talking about the action itself, but how we feel about the action. Is it normal or is it strange? Let's compare the first two patterns for a moment. This is where the light bulb usually turns on. If I say I used to drive a car, what does that mean? It means you drove in the past, but you do not drive now. You take the bus or walk. Correct. Now, if I say I am used to driving this car, what does that mean? It means you drive it now, and it feels familiar. It is easy for you. See the difference? I used to drive. I am used to driving. Let's do a quick mix drill. I will give you a situation, and you try to think of the sentence. Then Mark will say the correct answer. Situation 1. You lived in London in 2010. You don't live there now. I used to live in London. Situation 2. You live in London now. The rain doesn't bother you.
It feels normal. I am used to the rain. Situation 3. You smoked cigarettes years ago. You stopped. I used to smoke. Situation 4. You have a strict boss. It was hard at first, but now you know how to handle him. It feels normal. I am used to his personality. Great job. If you can feel that distinction, you are halfway there. But there is a third piece to this puzzle. And for language learners, and anyone changing a habit, this is the most important one. We have the past, we have the familiar present. But what about the messy part in the middle? What about the struggle? What about when you are trying to change, and it is hard, but it is getting a little bit easier every day? That is our third pattern. Get used to.
Get used to. The verb here is get, and get means become. You are becoming familiar. You are in the process. You are not at the finish line yet, but you have started the race. This is the perfect phrase for building new habits. When you start a digital detox, it feels weird. You reach for your phone, and it is not there. You feel bored. But you tell yourself, be patient. I am getting used to it. The grammar is the same as the second pattern. You need a noun or an ing verb. I am getting used to the changes. I am getting used to studying. Let's practice the sound of this. It is a longer phrase. I am getting used to. I am getting used to. Let's try a full sentence. Imagine you are trying to read books again. It is hard to focus. Your brain wants to click things, but you are trying. I am getting used to reading long chapters. Repeat that. I am getting used to reading long chapters. Let's try another. You are trying to leave your work email at the office. At night, you feel the urge to check, but you are fighting it. I am getting used to disconnecting at night. I am getting used to disconnecting at night. This phrase is very encouraging. It tells the listener that you are trying. It acknowledges the difficulty. Mark, let's talk about the timeline. If you move to a new country, in the first week, everything is strange. You are not used to anything. Right. In the second month, you are learning. You are getting used to the food. You are getting used to the currency. And after a year? After a year, you are used to it. The process is done. So we move from not used to, through getting used to finally being used to. Let's do a drill that follows this timeline. We will focus on a specific digital habit, typing on a touchscreen. Step 1. The struggle. Imagine you just bought your first smartphone. It is difficult. I am not used to this touchscreen. Repeat. I am not used to this touchscreen. Step 2. The process. You are practicing. It is getting better. I am getting used to typing with my thumbs. Repeat. I am getting used to typing with my thumbs. Step 3. The result. It is easy now. I am used to it. Repeat. I am used to it. Can you feel the progression? This is the journey of learning. Now, I want to introduce a slightly more advanced way to use get used to. We often use it with the modal verb can. We say, I can't get used to this. Oh, that is a good one. We use that when something is really frustrating, when we try and try, but it never feels normal. Exactly. Maybe you updated your computer and the layout changed. You hate it. You have been using it for a week, but you are still frustrated. You say, I can't get used to this new layout. It expresses frustration. Let's practice that. I can't get used to the new layout. I can't get used to the new layout. Or maybe the font size is too small. I can't get used to the small text. I can't get used to the small text. But we can also use it in the future tense. This is for optimism. You tell your friend, don't worry. It is hard now, but you will get used to it. That is such a common phrase in English. You will get used to it. It is what we say to comfort someone. Let's practice encouraging someone. Imagine your friend just started a job where they have to speak English all day. They are tired. You want to support them. You will get used to speaking English every day. Repeat. You will get used to speaking English every day. Let's try another. Your friend is trying to sleep without their phone in the room. They feel restless. You say, you will get used to the silence soon. You will get used to the silence soon. So we have covered the 3 big pillars. 1. Used to, the past. I used to do it. 2. Be used to, the present state. I am used to it. 3. Get used to, the process. I am getting used to it. Now we are going to do something a little different. We are going to mix them up in a long-form practice. I am going to describe a person's relationship with technology. I want you to listen to the story, and then I will ask you to say a sentence about it. Mark, introduce us to our character. Okay, let's talk about Tom. Tom is a busy executive. 5 years ago, his life was very different.
He was constantly online. He slept with his phone under his pillow. Okay, that is the past. Listener, make a sentence about Tom using used to and the phrase sleep with his phone. Did you say he used to sleep with his phone? That is correct. Now, let's move the story forward. Tom decided he was too stressed. He decided to make a change. He bought an old-fashioned alarm clock. For the first few weeks, it was terrible. He kept reaching for his pillow, but the phone wasn't there. He missed the blue light. So he is in the process. Listener, make a sentence about Tom using get used to and the phrase the new alarm clock. You could say he is getting used to the new alarm clock. Or he was getting used to the new alarm clock. Let's finish the story. It has been 6 months. Tom sleeps better now. He doesn't think about the phone at night. The alarm clock is just a normal object to him. What is his state now? Use be used to.
He is used to sleeping without his phone. Excellent. Now I want to talk about you. Yes, you listening right now. I want you to think about your English learning journey. This is a habit too. Think about when you started. Maybe you translated every word in your head. You don't do that as much anymore. Say a sentence about that using used to. I used to translate every word. Now think about listening to podcasts like this one. Maybe at first, 20 minutes felt like a long time, but now you are here, halfway through this session, and you are still listening. You are building the stamina. Say a sentence using get used to and listening. I am getting used to listening to long English lessons. And think about the sound of my voice. At the beginning of this video, maybe my accent was new to you. Now it feels familiar. Say a sentence using be used to. I am used to your voice. See, you are using these patterns to describe your reality. That is when language sticks. We are going to take a deeper step now. We are going to practice switching rapidly between these forms. This is a mental workout. It forces your brain to switch gears. I will give you a prompt word and tell you which form to use. Prompt: check email constantly. Form: past, used to. I used to check email constantly. Prompt: the quiet morning. Form: process, get used to. I am getting used to the quiet morning. Prompt: waking up early. Form: present state, be used to. I am used to waking up early. Prompt: have a landline phone. Form: past, used to. I used to have a landline phone. Prompt: reading on a screen. Form: process, get used to. I am getting used to reading on a screen. Prompt: video calls. Form: present state, be used to. I am used to video calls. Doing great. Take a deep breath. We are doing a lot of work here. Let's talk a little bit about the grammar of the question form. This is where people often make mistakes in conversation. If you want to ask someone about their past habits, you use did. And just like the negative form, because did is past tense, we drop the D on used. Did you used to? But remember the pronunciation secret? It sounds the same. Did you used to? Mark, ask me about my childhood TV habits. Did you used to watch a lot of cartoons? Yes, I used to watch them every Saturday. Listener, repeat the question. Did you used to watch a lot of cartoons? Now, let's ask about the present state. We use the verb are. Are you used to? Mark, ask me about my new schedule. Are you used to waking up at 5 a.m.? No, I am not used to it yet. Listener, repeat the question. Are you used to waking up at 5 a.m.? And finally, the process question. Are you getting used to? Mark, ask me about my new glasses. Are you getting used to your new glasses? Yes, I am getting used to them. Listener, repeat the question. Are you getting used to your new glasses? These questions are great conversation starters. If you meet someone who has just moved to your city, you can ask, are you getting used to the city? If you meet someone who has a new job, ask, are you used to the workload? It shows you care about their experience. Now, for the next section of our lesson, we are going to do an integrated story shadowing. This is the most powerful part of our session. I will speak the story sentence by sentence. I will leave a pause after every sentence. I want you to become Julia. I want you to say exactly what she says. Copy my intonation. Copy my speed. If I sound tired, you sound tired.
If I sound happy, you sound happy. We will use all three patterns naturally. Don't think about the grammar rules now, just follow the story. Are you ready? Let's begin. 6 months ago, I was completely burned out. I used to work 12 hours a day. I used to stare at my screen until my eyes hurt. I didn't used to take breaks. I thought that was normal. But then I started getting headaches every afternoon. I realized I needed to change. So I set a new rule: no screens after 8 p.m. At first, it was incredibly hard. I wasn't used to having so much free time at night. I would sit on my sofa and feel restless. I was getting used to the boredom. But slowly, things started to shift. I started cooking dinner again. I used to order takeout every night, but I stopped. Now I am used to cooking simple meals. I am getting used to chopping vegetables slowly. It feels like meditation. My eyes feel better too. I am used to resting them now. Sometimes I still want to check my email at night, but the feeling passes. I am used to the new rhythm of my life. I never thought I could change, but I did. And that is the end of the story. Take a moment. How did that feel? When you shadow a story like that, you are proving to your brain that you can use these structures fluently. You didn't stumble. You just spoke. Let's break down 1 or 2 interesting moments from that story. Julia said, "I was getting used to the boredom." That is a profound sentence. In our digital world, we are terrified of being bored. We used to have moments of waiting, at the bus stop, in line, where we did nothing. Now we fill every second.
When you take a break from tech, boredom comes back, and you have to get used to it again. You have to relearn how to just sit. Let's practice that concept with a few more sentences. I am learning to be okay with doing nothing. I am getting used to doing nothing. Here is another one. Julia said, "I used to order takeout, but now I cook." This is the classic used to versus now structure. Let's try a few variations of this for your own life. Think about your exercise habits. I used to be lazy, but now I go to the gym. Repeat. I used to be lazy, but now I go to the gym. Think about your handwriting. Maybe you type everything now. I used to write letters by hand, but now I send emails. Repeat. I used to write letters by hand, but now I send emails. Think about your patience. I used to be impatient, but I am getting used to waiting. Repeat. I used to be impatient, but I am getting used to waiting. We are coming into the final stretch of our lesson. We have done the drills, we have told the story. Now I want to address the common mistakes one last time. These are the traps that students fall into. We are going to put up a warning sign so you don't fall in. Mistake number 1, using used to for the present. Student says, I used to go to the gym every Saturday, meaning they do it now. Mark, why is this wrong? Because used to is only for the past. If you do it now, you just use the present simple. You should say, I usually go to the gym, or simply, I go to the gym. Right. Never say, I used to for a present habit. Wrong. I used to drink coffee every morning. Correct. I drink coffee every morning. Correct. Past. I used to drink coffee, but I stopped. Mistake number 2, forgetting the D in spelling. Even though we don't say the D strongly, you must write it. Wrong. I used to live in Paris. Correct. I used to live in Paris. Exception. Did you used to? No D here because of did. Mistake number 3, using the infinitive after be used to. Student says, I am used to wake up early. This hurts my ears. Mark, fix it. I am used to waking up early. You need the ing. Think of to as a preposition here, like I am opposed to it, or I am committed to it. You need a noun or ing. I am used to it. I am used to working. Let's do a rapid-fire correction round. I will say the wrong sentence, you say the correct one out loud. Wrong. I am used to drive on the left. Correct. I am used to driving on the left. Wrong. I used to play tennis every Sunday now. Correct. I play tennis every Sunday now, or usually play. Wrong. I am getting used to the weather. Correct. I am getting used to the weather. Wrong. She didn't used to like him. Correct. She didn't used to like him. Spelling check. Excellent. You are polishing your grammar. You are making it shine. As we wind down, I want to bring this back to the real world. Why did we choose this topic? Why combine grammar with digital habits? Because language is a tool for living. You are likely learning English because you want to improve your life, get a better job, or connect with people. Those are all changes, and change requires these 3 phrases. Every time you learn something new, you move from I used to not know this to I am getting used to this to I am used to this. This lesson itself is a part of that process. Maybe an hour-long English lesson used to feel impossible for you. Maybe you used to click away after 5 minutes. But look at you now. You are getting used to focusing for a long time. You are getting used to the sound of English without subtitles. You are building the muscle of attention. I want to give you a small challenge for the next week. We call it the Notice and Name Challenge. I want you to notice whenever you go through a transition in your day. When you switch from work to home, when you switch from speaking your native language to English, when you switch from sleeping to waking. Name that feeling using one of our phrases. I am getting used to this new schedule. I am used to this commute. I used to hate this, but now it's okay. Say it out loud, whisper it if you have to, but let the physical muscles of your mouth form the words. And if you want to support this channel and ensure you don't miss our next step-by-step lesson, please take a moment to subscribe. We are building a library of these calm, thorough practice sessions, and we want you to be part of it. Mark, do you have any final words of advice for our listeners? Just to be patient with yourself. Remember the phrase, I am getting used to it. It implies time. It implies patience. You don't have to be perfect instantly. You just have to be in the process. That is beautifully said. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be getting used to it. Thank you for spending this hour with us. You have done excellent work today. Your English is one step better than it was an hour ago. Trust the process. Keep listening, keep repeating, and eventually you will be used to speaking fluent English. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.